Okay, folks, today's date is April 5th, 2023. My name is Leslie Williams. I live in San Diego, California. And if you're hearing any type of white noise or electronic transmission sound in the environment, I apologize for that. There's nothing I can do about it. It's not anything that I am creating. It's absolutely connected to the organized stalking, gang stalking criminal expedition that I endure every day. So I'm going to try my best to make sure that any audio evidence that is included within this video series that will be titled Not Theory Entraps Gang Stalking Philz Coffee Shop. So this phone, or actually should I say the microcards that get put in this phone, are bought through Amazon. And most of the time it allows me to only make videos that are 33 minutes and 9 seconds long at a time. But yet at other times it will allow me to go way past that. So I'm generally notified when a new video is starting, whenever that time period occurs, by a dialog box that appears on the home screen. So I'll try my best to keep an eye out on that. Now, if a new video starts and I don't notice the dialog box, then I probably won't be able to say, okay, then that this is video number 2 or 3 of this particular video series. So just pay attention to all videos that were made that are uploaded within a very short time period. Okay, and I'll try my best to go in and title my videos. I usually don't have time to do that because it appears that I'm only being allowed to upload videos at one place, which is Bond's Grocery Store on Regents Road and Arabia Street in San Diego, California. So all of the videos dedicated to this video series will have the same exact verbal text title on them. And unfortunately, when I do upload videos, I don't have time to title them right away. So you're just going to have to be patient. So here's the gist of that situation. If you see any videos uploaded, okay, that don't show me stating the date at the beginning of the video, then that means that I did not notice the dialog box appeared on my home screen, which notifies me that a second video has started, or if it happens on the third one or the fourth one. So you'll just have to be patient until I can title them, okay? Now, there's going to be slight interruptions in this video exposure, so you're just going to have to bear with me. I don't feel well today. I've been heavily targeted all day today. This video is not an educational video concerning educating you about the crime of gang stalking. This video series is dedicated to exposing what was caught on April 4th, 2023 at Philz Coffee Shop, which I'm massively gang stalked to and at. And this video series, I might make a reference video for it, which will then help expand on why this is being done, what it's achieving through it, or at least what's reported to be achieved through the particular technique that's going to be exposed in the subject matter of this video series. So you're just going to have to be patient. When I make the reference video, I will put in the title of it, reference video for Not Theory Gang Stalking Philz Coffee, which stands for Philz Coffee Shop, which is located off of Villa La Jolla Square Drive in La Jolla, California. It's a coffee shop that's located in the same plaza where CVS and Whole Foods Market and many other businesses are located at, which happens to also be the same plaza where my post office is located at. We're going to see on any and all dates if I'm banned from that plaza and or any business in it, because I also pick up my Amazon orders at the Whole Foods Market. Now, again, remember, the reference video will help you understand why this is being done. That way you'll have an in-depth, thorough understanding. So then when you hear the reference video and you then come back and you watch this video series, you're going to understand it completely and you're going to be pissed, extremely pissed, if you're a decent person. Now, I don't think I've asked this before except for maybe in 1 or 2 videos over the years. Please say a 5-second prayer for my safety. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm an organized stalking, gang stalking targeted individual. So, now what I'm going to do in this first video is I'm going to share with you some evidence. But before I get into that, and I know you might be inclined to think that the following statement is going to seem a little weird to you, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways, because no matter how it seems to you, it has been a very effective technique that I employed within the entrapment schemes that I employ to entrap these these people who are hosting the crime against me and cooperating partners that they're using. So, all right, hold on one second. Let me take some cough syrup. Apologize for the interruption. Just bear with me. My throat's been targeted all day long. Oh, absolutely. The side of the neck, the windpipe area, the area of the throat that's directly below the chin. And I'm not going to go into a long discussion concerning, well, how's your throat being targeted? Just trust me, okay? Wait for the foundational video. Trust me, when you see that foundational video, you'll understand it all, okay? All right, so this right here is a circle that I drew. And within the middle of it, and you'll notice that a lot of these arrows got double, a lot of these arrows are double arrowed, okay? So up here at the top of it, it says gang stalking, organized stalking, gang stalking, and then at the top of the circle it says directed energy weapons. And I apologize for the I apologize for that I didn't write it very well. So at the top of it, it says directed energy weapons. Now this is a circle, and my penmanship wasn't that great because I couldn't write on an even ground concerning where I'm at. So directed energy weapons is written at the top. Then community-based harassment is written over here. Remote neural monitoring is in the middle of the circle. Slavery is up here. Torture's there. Human experimentation here is here, and brain entrainment's here. But what do you notice about this? If you were to take a snap screenshot of that and then zoom in on it, you're noticing that these arrows point to each thing that is marked. Like, here's the direct energy weapons. It's got an arrow that points down to the community-based harassment, but then the community-based harassment arrow also points back up to the directed energy weapons. Same thing concerning the slavery, the torture, the human experimentation, the brain entrainment, the remote neural monitoring. The remote neural monitoring is widely reported to be connected to it all. Gang stalking is not stalking by gangs, so don't get it confused concerning that. Okay? Research all descriptions that I make in all videos dedicated to this account and all my online accounts to first organized stalking and then separate searches to gang stalking. In fact, I suggest you do it to gang stalking first. Now, why did I do a circle and do this way? Because all of these crimes, even though there's many more crimes connected to this crime is involved in massive, numerous different crime motivations, but it's all connected to what you see here and other things that are not listed here, like psychotronics and other things. So, gang stalking is a program. Now, the reason why, so it's connected to many other types of resources and many other things that could also be connected to this circle, but I didn't have room, okay? Now, so you see a circle, you see all these things written around the circle, you see how it's got double arrows. So in other words, the community-based harassment is directly connected to remote neural monitoring, but it's also connected to the directed energy weapons. Absolutely, because it's multiple entities that are connected to the host, and then their influences their influences, resources, and the influences that they have with their employment descriptions is what enables the entire crime to be perpetrated. Okay, and the community-based harassment is directly connected to the remote neural monitoring, which is directly connected to the brain entrainment. Oh, absolutely. So is direct energy weapons usage is connected to remote neural monitoring and the brain entrainment, and can even be connected to the community-based harassment, but I'm not going to get into all that. All of this is connected to remote neural monitoring concerning what's reported, okay? Remote neural monitoring is the main goal of why everything is going on in gang stalking, okay? And then that would include remote neural influencing that can take place as a result of what is achieved concerning why remote neural monitoring is being used. Okay, so you're just going to have to trust me on this. Stay tuned to this account. Wait for the reference video. And stay tuned to the account for upcoming videos. So up here you see a circle with all these, details surrounded around it. So this right here is a rubber band. And if you stretch it out in a certain way, it kind of represents a circle. But why am I showing you this? Because a rubber band, being used as an example for knot theory, is an enclosed system. It's an enclosed object. It doesn't have no ends to it. If you were to take this rubber band and put it over here on the circle, you're seeing the same pretty much concept, okay? Now, what happens when you take a rubber band and you fold it up and crinkle it up into your hand? You take a rubber band like this and you put it in the palm of your hand, and then you take your other hand and you rub back and forth. Your rubber band is going to end up looking like this, Okay? And then this is what knot theory is. Google knot theory. Okay? Now, why did I use knot theory as a formula in one of the formulas that I use to entrap these satanic rats? Because one of the biggest things that I have always been enduring since the open community-based gang stalking started occurring towards me in Michigan, okay, in 2003, is non-stop community-based harassment. That is when the open gang stalking started. Was in Michigan in 2003. It's now 2023. Okay? I shit you not. Now, there's victims online that have been reporting the fact that they've been gang stalked for 30, 40, even 50 years and more. A lot of victims are saying they've been gang stalked ever since childhood. And this is a reality, whether you believe it yet or not, whether you understand it yet or not, okay? Now remember, I don't have time in this video to go into a lot of details and sub-details concerning each description and statement, so you're just going to have to be patient concerning my exposures, okay? Trust me, if you stay with this account, your mind's going to be blown. If you follow my instructions in my videos, your mind is going to be blown, and you will see the realities of the exposures, okay? So, since all these different crimes that organized stalking, gang stalking perpetrates is connected to each other, whenever they engage in things like community-based harassment. Community-based harassment is widely exposed to be intimately directly connected to the motivations of brain entrainment for the sake of remote neural monitoring, which then results in neural hacking for specific motives within neural hacking, because remote neural monitoring is already neural hacking. It's intimately connected to brain entrainment, which is one of the main motivations of why remote neural monitoring is being used. It's one of the main reasons why massive crimes are occurring in this crime is brain entrainment. The community-based gang stalking is directly connected to remote neural monitoring concerning what's reported by the most educated victims, including scientists, doctors, professors, lawyers, and thousands of extremely educated victims. So trust me, it's occurring. Okay, books are even written about it. All right? Now, so since we see a program here, or we're seeing an aspect of the program here, we're seeing how all these different crimes perpetrated in the organized stalking and gang stalking program are connected to each other. Because what the community-based harassment does serves the purpose for and assists in brain entrainment that is connected to remote neural monitoring. So what we got here is a closed program. Okay? And then when one part of the program does one thing for the sake of another, they're getting community members to assist them in the brain entrainment, auditory and visual brain entrainment, okay? Which means then that community members are now being used, which includes the business community, okay, to perpetrate the community-based harassment for the sake of brain entrainment for remote neural monitoring, meaning that then the people and places used become intimately connected to the closed system. A rubber band is closed. Okay, so then when you take a rubber band and you knot it up, that means then that the community-based harassment is touching the other sides, okay, the other sides of the circle of the crime. So when the community-based harassment starts, it's connected to the brain entrainment, which is down here on the other part of the circle, which is connected to remote neural monitoring, which is also part of the circle, and so the sides connect. Okay? So, in other words, the program itself, when it does something to the community-based harassment, it's achieving other things connected to the program of gang stalking. Therefore, their activity is infused upon the crime itself, and the crime is the circle. Okay? So, that means that when the community-based harassment is done, and it's connected to remote neural monitoring and brain entrainment, the sides are touching each other. Okay? All right, because it's one crime, multiple participants, and they're becoming connected. They're connected together. Okay, and there's no way to get around it. There's no way to get around it. So, in my entrapment schemes, what I do is I prove that the community-based harassment is occurring in order to achieve the other crimes. Now, once I make that reference video, you're going to have a more thorough, in-depth understanding of this. What I'm going to do right now is introduce to you some audio evidence concerning what was captured in Philz coffee shop yesterday on April 4th, 2023. You're about ready to hear, as long as the tape recorder has somehow not become, corrupted since I last was listening to it, which was in this last half hour I fast forwarded it. This particular audio file is 12 hours, 25 minutes and 11 seconds long. The tape recorder itself, okay, shows the electronic time and date stamp of the audio file, which I'm getting ready to show you here in a minute. Okay? Let it boot up. So I've already got it fast forwarded to 6 hours and 55 minutes into it. And what I'm going to do is press on the option button. Okay, I just pressed on the option button. I'm aware you can't see it that great because there's some fuzz that's on the inside of the plastic and I can't get it off. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to scroll down to where it says file information. Okay, hold on. It's going to take a second. I got to make sure I don't hit any other buttons. Bear with me a second because I got to set the phone down for a second. Hold on. Okay, so right now I'm at file information. And when you click on that, hold on. When you click on that, what that's going to do is it's going to show you how long the audio file is. So I'm clicking on it now. You're going to see it's 12 hours, 25 minutes, 31 seconds long, and the date is up at the top. It scrolls, so bear with me a second. Okay. 4/4/23. Okay. 2023. Okay, there's some buzz up in there. So this was caught yesterday, and I made over 25 videos while I was in Phil's coffee shop yesterday through my phone, through a memory card. Well, actually through the internal storage, but I moved them last night to a memory card. When you make a video, it saves the electronic time and date stamp of the video file, each video file. Okay, so you need to know that there's also video evidence of this being captured. It went on once they started the bullshit through the radio, or let me just put it to you this way, the speakers that were coming out of the ceiling or wherever they're at inside of Phil's coffee shop, this is what was coming out of it from the second that they started playing these particular songs. There were other songs played. There were other types of songs played earlier that also show identical words or phrases coming out of them. Okay? But I'm mainly right now referring to this particular to these following particular words that were coming out of the latter songs that they kept playing over and over and over again. Now remember this, there were prior songs before this, and they will be displayed in upcoming videos as long as this audio file does not become corrupted. And I'm not going to explain to you why that statement's being made. You're just going to have to trust me, okay? So what you're about ready to hear was played in at least played at least 5 or 6 times, and I haven't listened to the audio file yet to go into it to see if the same exact songs were being repeated or if it was just 2 songs being repetitively repeated, okay, because this just occurred yesterday, and I've been heavily targeted all day, so I spent most of today doing work and trying to protect myself. You wouldn't believe what they're doing to my fucking throat. You just wouldn't believe it. So anyways, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this down. Okay, I'm going to set the phone down right by the speaker of the tape recorder, and I got to turn the volume of the tape recorder a little bit down so you don't get bombarded with a lot of background noise. What you want to listen to is you want to listen for suck dick and or suck my dick coming out of this song you're about ready to hear. So bear with me a second because I got to set the tape recorder up so it stays on the speaker. Alright, and we're going to see if planes and helicopters or any other noise, including any environmental noise that interferes with your ability to hear this correctly, any environmental noise. Okay, that shit's being predicted right now. Okay, absolutely. Alright, so hold on one more second. So I'm going to press play, and you want to listen for it being repeated in the song, and also by people if you hear it by and through people. So listen closely. Alright, hold on, man. Hold on. Sorry about that, folks. I was gargling. Now, I want you to pay attention to something before I continue to play. So I stopped it at exactly. Let me get some light in here. I stopped it at 6 hours, 57 minutes, and 16 seconds, and I'm going to continue to play it too. So bear with me. Now, what you want to do is that when you watch this video, what you want to do is you want to go back and you want to listen. You want to listen first to these statements, or you can write them down right now as you're hearing them, and then go back and start listening at the time frame when I started transferring the audio over about, 2-3 minutes ago, okay? Now, and the reason I'm telling you to do this is because what you want to do is you want to write down the words GangStalk, suck dick, suck my dick, and oh my god. Now, what you got to understand about gang stalking is that auditory entrainment is a very sophisticated aspect of this crime. You're going to understand that completely when I make the reference video, and then when you watch the reference video, you're going to come back and listen to this. So you can say, okay, now I can fucking see every detail concerning why this is being done, and you're gonna be pissed if you're a decent person. You're going to be fucking pissed. Oh, absolutely. So just hear me out. Hold on. Excuse me. I had to gargle with some sea salt water because they're massively targeting my throat, and I was doing that when it was playing, and so that's why I had to rinse it out. So I'm a little bit congested right now. All right, so indigestion actually. So now, and I might actually make the reference video next, and then what I might do is make video number 2, 3, and 4. I might make video 2, because this. Right now, this video series that goes by the title of Not Theory, Entraps, Gangstalking, Philz Coffee Shop. The reference video will have a number 5 at the end of it. Okay? That way you'll know what video is the reference video. So I'm saying that right now. Because YouTube only allows you to have the title can't be too long. Okay? So every video that's part of this video series will have the same title. Number 2 will have a 2 at the end of it. Number 3 will have a 3 at the end of it, and so on. The reference video will be number 5. If I decide to make another evidence video, then it will be number 6. That way you'll know to go back and look at the reference video, and you'll completely understand why this is going on. In fact, there might even end up being 2 reference videos. So if that's the case, the second reference video will be with the same title, except it will have a 5A at the end of it. The first reference video will have a 5. The second reference video will have a 5A. A is an apple. Okay? Now, you want to be going back and listen to all of the audio evidence displayed within this video series. You want to listen for, oh my god, no matter how it's said. You might hear it by physical people and or in the sounds. And or in the songs like, oh my god. Okay, you might just hear God, you might just hear my God, you might just hear oh my, because that's what fucking gang stalking does. It's here to stretch your fucking, so remember now, this is not the reference video, so I'm not going to go into long explanations concerning why they're doing things in the bizarre ways they're doing them. That's for the reference video, okay? I'm just telling you what to look out for right now. Okay, so when you hear God sung really long, okay, like God, or suck my dick, or they might just say suck my, or my dick, or suck dick, oh my god, okay, gang stalk might be said really fast, or they might just say gang, or they might also just say words that got the same phonetics as gang, like, any word that's got the same sound of the word gang, any word that's got the same sound as stalk. So you're listening for it in the songs, and you're listening for it by and through physical people in all of these videos dedicated to these to this video series. Now you need to know another thing here. I got at least 150 audio files made since at least 2018 that openly show me state in each audio file dedicated to different dates, different locations, that fucking openly show me state, I'm going into Vaughn's. Let's see if you hear GangStalk, oh my god, suck dick, or suck my dick coming out of the radio. Same thing at, pretty much at many different businesses. And then it's caught at Philz. It's been caught at UPS store. Okay, so think about it. If I fucking like, so as an example, say if I make an audio file on, just as an example, say if I make an audio file on June 1st, 2020, and I make it in the morning before I leave to go anywhere, and I say, okay, I'm gonna go to the library. Let's see if "suck my dick" is said. Let's see if "GangStalk" said. And then the next day, June 2nd, I make an audio file before leaving to go anywhere, and I say, okay, I'm gonna go to Bon's grocery store. Let's see if you hear "suck my dick," "GangStalk," "oh my god" said by any physical person, and or it coming out of the radio in the store. Okay, and then on, let's say, April 4th, 2023, you fucking catch it coming out of the radio at fucking Philz. Do you honestly think I did not have a reason to say it on the prior dates concerning the other places? Think about what I'm saying. Mathematically, that is impossible for that to be a coincidence or happen chance or anything else, because gang stalking is the only crime that does this shit. It's the only crime. And it's the only crime that's got the influence to use any and all places the victim goes. Now, this particular technique is connected to auditory entrainment. Remember not theory. How one thing that is done serves another purpose in the crime, but they're using technology and then using the community to achieve it. And you should also know it's widely reported that gang stalking victims are reporting hearing identical words, phrases, and even looped sections of songs in their audio cortex, done through, but not limited to, voice to skull, ELF broadcasting, the criminal use of holosonics, the audio spotlight, and other types of acoustic technologies. These sick, vile horrors will go to any and all lengths on any and all dates, anywhere, and anywhere, using any place to achieve its goals. Bringing alive, not theory. Because remote neural monitoring, because concerning what's reported, when you go out and about in the community and you're involved in a lot of multitasking, that will cause the victim, okay, the multitasking of doing anything, walking, moving your arms, hands, legs, feet, grabbing things, picking things up, setting them down, turning on your phone and doing different things on your phone. Multitasking is a bitch concerning remote neural monitoring, being able to stay latching onto you through ultrasound and the potentiated frequency output of the entrained pathways, visual and auditorial. So that's why this shit is propped up almost endlessly. Because they know that when you're in a coffee shop, when you're in a fucking library, you're doing different things. That causes you to fall off remote neural monitoring, because by doing these different things, you're involved in different neuronal activity that is not on the entrained pathway that they got you latched on. Therefore, the different neuronal activity becomes the predominant neuronal activity, causing the brain to be activated in many other areas that is not dedicated to the auditory and visual entrained pathway. So they got to get you back on it, which is why this stimuli is propped up. Now, this all will be more in-depth exposed in the reference videos. I wanted to include that so you at least have a small grasp of what's going on here. That's why the fucking harassment is almost nonstop. That's why it's the color coding, and every other thing they got the victim sensitized to. You would not fucking believe what they do through my phone every day. You just would not believe it. Now, you might think, well, how can directed energy weapons be connected to entrainment? That will be included in the reference videos. Let me go back and continue to play it, because I'm approaching, it's at 30 minutes right now, and I don't know if it's going to segue into a second video or not, so I want to get as much evidence concerning this segment of the audio file as I can before that time period approaches, the 33 minutes and 9 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to press play again. I'm going to just pick up where I left off at. notice how he was saying gang stalk, suck dick, gang stalk, suck my dick, gang suck dick, gang stalk, suck my dick? Did you notice that? Now, I'm approaching 32 minutes and 50 seconds, so what I'm going to do is just make a fast statement that when it reaches 33 minutes and 9 seconds, if it does not segue into a second video, I'll know that if I see the dialog box, then I'll just continue to talk. And you should also know that I'm covering up this phone so no outside noise gets in as I'm transferring the audio file over. Okay, so it just reached 33 minutes and 15 seconds as I speak. So when I got because when you research at Google extensively, airplane noise and gang stalking, landscape noise and gang stalking, and if they're using ELF in my environment, a lot of times sometimes the phone appears to pick, because you got to remember, in gang stalking, they'll use holosonics to project pre-recorded noise. You can record that. Sometimes my certain tape recorders can pick up is it picking up aspects of ELF? Now that's for another video series. So you're just gonna have to be patient, and you're just gonna have to trust me. Things are being said for a reason. I made a video earlier this morning that was a few minutes long because I only had 5 minutes left on that particular SD card, and I brought up an audio file from my Amazon tape recorder that recorded massive electronic transmission sounds in this environment, which are identical to the electronic transmission sounds that were caught on the same tape recorder when I was hiking off of Gilman Road. The crime of gang stalking made me homeless intentionally. Which is reported that they're doing to thousands of other victims. Oh, absolutely. There's massive crimes connected to this crime. Now, I'm going to tell you another thing here. When COVID-19 first hit, if memory serves me correctly, when COVID-19 first hit back in February, March 2020, Philz coffee shop was closed concerning you being able to go inside. They were only serving coffee buying through call-in orders and maybe by their online app. And then what you could do was go there to pick it up, and they had tables set outside so you could fucking pick it up. And then I forget what month it was when they reopened the inside. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because when I was going to Bond's grocery store when COVID first hit, in the same calendar month I just described, Bond's grocery store was allowing me to charge my cell phone chargers through the electrical outlet that is located on the outside of the store, right behind the blue water machine. Okay, where you get where you can fill up water bottles at. They have since, this was done about 6 months ago, covered up those electrical outlets, so I can no longer do that. But when COVID first hit, they allowed me to do it because massive businesses wouldn't allow you to go in and sit there and do it, like the laundromat. We're going to see if I lose that ability to do that through the laundromat. Because recently, a woman that's been always allowing me to kind of charge my chargers there, well, she used to work 6 days a week. Now she's only working 2. Okay? And I'm referring to the U City laundromat. Now, the reason why this was important concerning me bringing it up, hold on 1 second, because I need to take some more cough syrup from my throat. You would not believe what they've been doing to my throat nonstop for the last almost 5 full days now. Almost 5 full days. And today's date is April 5th. Okay, well, actually, it massively started on the night of the 30th after I left Scripps Hospital. Okay, and it's been nonstop ever since. So I'm going to be making some videos tomorrow concerning it to see how my throat looks and how my back looks. You just got to bear with me concerning that. I'm not going to go into any more details. Hold on. So, and by the way, I do got some audio files showing me state that my throat was also being targeted at Scripps. Now, when everything was closed, and if you were paying attention, I'm sure you got memories of it. When COVID first hit, businesses wouldn't even allow you, like restaurants wouldn't even really allow you to dine outside even. Okay, oh, absolutely. So, now the crime made me homeless. So, as a result of it making me homeless, hold on. As a result of it making me homeless, I depend on my phone for many things. We all depend on our phones, and I'm not going to go into a long explanation concerning how I depend on my phone and how I've kind of conditioned myself and how the crime conditioned me to be dependent on it. Trust me, I'll talk about that in upcoming videos, so you'll understand it then. Okay, so When you're homeless, you don't have an electrical outlet because you don't have a home. So I got to go to places in order to charge my chargers. This crime has always monopolized on that. Always. Always. Okay? Since I have got a contract phone in 2014, which is contract phones means that you can use the internet on them. Okay? I didn't have no contract phones before 2014. I only had these track phones. All of them were hacked. All my contract phones have been hacked. So I had to have places where I could go to charge my stuff while COVID was going on. And there were so many massive, we all know the massive restrictions, if you were paying attention, concerning you being able to go into places and you being able to stay there for extended periods of time. So I had no place to charge my chargers. Okay, I mean, it was almost impossible. I mean, oh, absolutely. I ended up having to go out and buy more chargers. And I bought solar panels and everything, solar panel chargers and everything. So Vaughn's grocery store, at some point, I forget exactly what month it was, I think it was around April or May of 2020, they allowed me to charge my chargers outside of their store at the electrical outlet. Gang-stalked every second. I've been gang-stalked to that Vaughn's every second of every minute of every hour on every visit, inside and outside. Okay? So I'd stand there and I'd charge my chargers. Right? Now remember this. Tape recorders got electronic time and date stamps on them. When you make a video through your phone, through a memory card or internal storage, they got an electronic time and date stamp on them. Okay? Once you conclude a recording audio file, that isolates that electronic date by the date of the audio file that got recorded and the duration of it. Okay? So I got hundreds of audio files, hundreds of them that show me state during, let's just say 2020. Okay? I don't think Philz Coffee Shop opened back up concerning inside you being able to go inside and order coffee or whatever and sit down and eat or drink it or to use the internet. I don't think they opened back up until late 2021. So let's just say, as a guesstimation, let's just say they didn't open back up until, let's say, July of 2021. But I think it was later than that, right? Now, so how many audio files do I got? Saved on microcards, because my tape recorders allow me to put microcards in them when the internal storage gets full. Okay? Therefore, when the internal storage gets full, you slide a microcard in the side of it, you program the date and time of it, and then therefore you have extended memory. So I got at least 30, 40 different microcards. Okay, that got hundreds of audio files on them. And I got at least 150 audio files that openly show me state between these calendar months of February 2020 and let's say July or August 2021 that fucking show me openly state, let's see if you hear GangStalk, oh my god, suck dick, okay, and even at times a couple other things coming out of any radio of Vaughn's, okay, Carl's Jr. as well, and several other places. Okay, absolutely. Including, I got some audio files that show me state, let's see if you hear it coming out of car stereos and even people's phones. And trust me, it's been caught. Okay? Now, think about this. Say if you wrote down on a piece of paper, okay, you wrote down on a piece of paper 80 to 150 audio files dedicated to between February 2020 and let's say August of 2021, 150 separate audio files, different dates, going to different locations, showing me openly state, let's see if you fucking hear GangStalk, suck my dick, suck dick, or oh my god coming out of any radio or speaker. Okay, on my way to the to shrink it down concerning examples of places, Vaughn's, okay, Carl's Jr., MTS bus routes, okay, and so let's just say those places, okay, just those places alone. Trust me, other places were described. Then you catch it at Philz years later. Now, the reason why I'm making this statement is because to prove stalking, which is in gang stalking, is illegal criminal tracking, in order to prop up the harassment and the other crimes some of the other crimes they perpetrate, they got to know where you're at in real time in order to fucking prop it up. Right? So when you conspire to commit a misdemeanor, which is harassment, that's a felony in California. When you conspire to stalk, that is a felony because the conspiracy connected to the criminal act of stalking is a felony itself, and I think repeated stalking is a felony in of itself. Now, when you combine sexual harassment in it, that's also a felony because you conspire to do it. Okay? Then you got the brain entrainment. That's massive Class A felonies. Okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I'm going to dedicate this second video of this video series to talking to you. I'm not sure if I'm going to play any more of the audio file. I probably will play a little bit of it. And remember, if I don't see the dialogue box appear and I'm still talking and I don't say the date, okay, because that's what I do, because I don't have time to title my videos right away. Because when I'm at Vaughn's grocery store and I go to fucking upload my videos, I'm literally being hit with direct energy weapons, okay, massive amounts of ultrasound, which is the carrier wave for the entrainment. Absolutely, what you hear and what you see related to what's reported. So I got to get out of those places when I'm there. I got to get out of them. Okay, I'm hit when I'm standing outside packing my fucking groceries so I can pack my bike to leave. I've caught ultrasound at Philz. I've caught it on all MTS bus routes I bought it up at. All MTS bus stops I bought it up at. I've caught it at the library. I've caught it on thousands and thousands of logged events through my ultrasound app at different wooded areas, over 130 of them. Okay, so what's happening? Okay, right now my right ear is completely swelled up and totally closed. Okay, so why would ultrasound be in my environment? And there's an extreme probability that ultrasound is also being used on victims to target their organs, including their throat. Okay, so just be patient concerning upcoming exposures. Your brain will organize the data as you watch these different videos. Okay, and do the research concerning my statements and exposures. Your brain will organize the data, and then you'll see the bigger picture of the overall crime. Not theory connected to gang stalking, related to my entrapment schemes of them using that theory, is a great pictorial example. It's a great pictorial example, no matter how weird it might seem to you. Okay, because I'm aware it seems a little weird. Okay, but what you got to understand about gang stalking is that when you're out and about in the community, when you're doing anything, even when you're sitting at home and you're doing multiple tasks, that causes victims to fall off of remote neural monitoring. So they got to prop up the stimuli. Why? I mean, when you research gang stalking and you see all the different things that they sensitize victims to, whatever the victim is sensitized to becomes the stimuli. And sensitization takes place through identical repetition. Like, why are they sensitizing gang stalking victims to the following? People coughing, sneezing, even laughing, clapping, whistling, landscape noise, lawnmower noise, construction noise, airplane noise, helicopter noise, dogs barking, okay? And much more. And that's just part of the auditory entrainment, okay? Because they know these other things, even the sound of traffic. And I'm not going to go into too much of this because I don't want you to be too confused because I haven't made the reference video yet, okay? Just trust me, I make that fucking reference video, you're going to completely understand, okay? Because what I just mentioned, a few of what they entrain you, auditory entrain you to be sensitive to, can be propped up anywhere. Therefore, how can you prove that an airplane was intentionally put in the fucking air? How are you going to prove that a landscape worker was intentionally propped up at a laundromat or outside of a fucking grocery store? Because once the brain processes it processes it on the ultrasound. They've already got the dedicated frequencies and decibels of that sound in their remote neural monitoring. Therefore, when those decibel and frequencies of that particular sound travels on the ultrasound wave to them, the computer identifies it. And it sends a modulated signal to it on the ultrasound, and that's how they latch onto you. Okay? Absolutely. So now, I want you to follow these instructions. Go to Google, especially if you've got an Android phone, because I don't know how iPhones and all these other types of phones work, but if you can, no matter what type of phone or computer you got, if you got the ability to download Google Play Store, what you want to do is, when you go to Google Play Store, what you want to do is you want to download an ultrasound app. I'm sorry, you can download that too. You want to download an ultrasound app, an infrasound app, but the main thing I want you to pay attention to immediately is go to Google and type in, and I'm going to bring up my other phone right now so I can physically show you. So we're going to see if all of a sudden this phone segues into a separate second separate video, because if all these statements can be seen sequentially, and then you'll immediately understand what's being presented. But if the second part of what I'm getting ready to state to you is not on this video file and ends up being on the beginning of the second video file, then you're going to have a hole in your understanding. Okay, you need to research gang stalking and phone hacking and phone manipulation. Oh, absolutely. So while this other phone's booting up, let me take some stuff that I'm using to try and soothe my throat. Hold on. All right, hold on. All right, now, so I just brought up this other phone, and this is going to be the last video I'm going to make today because it's getting late and I still haven't even ate yet. So what I'm doing right now with this other phone is I'm going to bring up a sound spectrum analyzer app. Okay, all right, there it is right there. You want to download one of these through Google Play Store. They're free. Okay, and let me show you the icons for the ultrasound app and the icon for infrasound. They're free as well, and your phone doesn't have to be in service contract for you to use these. Okay, absolutely. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to bring up the sound spectrum analyzer app. Okay, now I'm going to be quiet for about 6 seconds. Let me turn this over. Okay. Alright, now I want you to look at these when I'm not talking. Okay, now what you're seeing there, what you just saw there, is identical readouts to what was captured at every wooded area on Gilman Road since I had this app on my phones. It's identical. The ultrasound is to the far right. Okay, and pay attention to all the graph bars from the middle to the left. Okay, now the one that's right here. All right, now hold on. Let me get my finger over here. Now this one right here, look. Is connected to massive torture sessions. Okay, it's probably all of this, including all of this, is more than likely ELF. And all those readouts are traveling on the ultrasound. All right, hold on. Okay, all that is traveling on the ultrasound, which is the readout to the far right. Now, you understand this better here in a second concerning why the words and phrases are being repeated. Now, I'm going to zoom in on it so you can see the graph readouts. Now, over here, this bar right here, where you see that thing going up and down right next to the numbers, that's the decibels. These graph bars are the frequency, the amount of frequencies of each sound. So you got the decibel of the sounds, and then you got the frequencies. Now watch the identical pattern of what graph bars and the decibels show when I repeat, oh my god, gang stalk and suck dick. Okay? So you ready? Okay? O, 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 O. So the O of oh my god, along with the other things that are also showing, are traveling on the ultrasound. Now watch what it reads out when I say my, 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 my. Same readouts. Now watch what happens when I say God. God, 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 God. Now, what's important about this is that what you are regularly seeing, the 86, the 107, okay, the 178, the 21. It goes up in decibels and frequencies when I say these words. Now watch. Oh, 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 my, my, God, God, God. So what these little maggots are doing is they're taking the phonetics of each word and phrase, and it's writing on the already perpetrated sounds that are being perpetrated through either ELF, okay, and or the microwave hearing effect, and or voice to skull, and all of it's writing on the ultrasound. Okay, now watch. So watch when I don't say nothing. And you got to remember, this is picking up background noise, too, of more than likely shit that's maybe being projected through holosonics right now, which is a constant white noise. It sounds like the noise of continuous traffic. Okay? I'm nowhere near any type of road. I'm at least a half a mile away. Now that sound is writing on the same decibels and frequencies. It's entrainment. Okay? Absolutely. Now, watch when I say suck my dick. Watch. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. Notice how 172, 170, 172. Watch. Suck, 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 dick, 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 dick. So what you got to understand about this is that each part of each word, and then when you say the word all together, suck my dick, 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 has got the same phonetic, even when it's not writing on the regular ones that are always caught. Each word and the word said together produces their own dedicated frequency and decibel outputs, and it travels on the ultrasound, and there's your auditory entrainment. That's why it's occurring. Okay? So let's go back and listen to the audio file again. Okay? And I'm gonna play it from where I picked up off at, okay, already. I mean, because think to yourself, why else would this be, why would this be going on? Think about, and I've caught ultrasound, okay, inside a Philz coffee shop. Absolutely. Save this last saving of the horn. Come on, I'm gonna go outside and have a cigarette and come back and pack. They won't let me save it. They're already doing the fucking massive skipping. So you notice how he was also saying gang dick? Okay? These people that host this crime are the most demonic, sadistic, depraved, sick, criminally insane, pathetic, socio-psychopaths that ever walked this fucking planet. So I want to let you know something, my fellow American citizens. Bear with me a second. A couple things here. And this is just one small aspect of this file. Before I made this video, I went and listened to the audio file because I had to fast forward it up until the time when they